Greetings, my name is Diana Rendon and this is my third video for Pasantías Preprofesionales 2 second bimester. In this video, I will explain how I would approach a 45-minute class for the students in second of baccalaureate. Today's topic is health and the environment. The viewer might have noticed the fact that this is my third video um, with second of baccalaureate. Um, that is because on the videos from the first bimester, I only dedicated one video to this high school grade. The next two videos will explore first and third of baccalaureate. In today's lesson, I will aim to teach students with an intermediate fluency level to write essays through the relevant and relatable subject that is health and the environment. Many veteran teachers have suggested using an interesting topic to help keep students interested and engaged in writing lessons. Now, helping students produce language is one of the trickiest or most tricky part of an ESL lesson. To simplify this process, I won't require students to write a full essay since I am only introducing the topic in this lesson. I will first ask students to do something they have done countless times before, which is identifying the main idea of an essay, then discussing it amongst themselves to ensure comprehension. Once the main idea of an example essay has been identified, I now introduce the thesis statement. The thesis statement is a one sentence that expresses the main idea of the essay. It's not a versus situation between the thesis statement and the main idea. One cannot exist without the other. Now that we know that the main idea can be contained within the thesis statement, for the first step in essay writing, I will ask students to write a thesis statement. As the class goes on, I will go so far as to ask the students to write the body of an essay, but will leave the conclusion statement for another occasion. Now, let me describe this process in detail. I will begin the class, as is tradition for me, by greeting the students, the class, and reviewing familiar topics such as the date and the weather. I will follow this by setting the theme of the lesson, that is health and the environment. To set the theme, I will use the anticipatory set and I will ask students to talk a bit about how they stay healthy. Do they eat well? Do they exercise? Do they sleep well? After a few minutes of conversation, I will introduce the warm-up activity, which consists of a short video that talks about how to stay healthy, not only physically, but also mentally. Did you know that practicing sports is something is sometimes offered as treatment for certain kinds of depression? That is because moderate exercise releases feel-good hormones called endorphins. Now, let me share my screen. And here we have the video. As you can see, the video is not very long. Um, it supports the audio with handy subtitles as well as images that help students understand through context what is being discussed. Uh, with the conversation the class had during the anticipatory set and the video of the warm-up activity, the students are highly likely to know by now what the lesson's topics will be. Nevertheless, for this part of the lesson, I will spell out that the lesson's topic is health and the environment, and then I will explain the objectives of the lesson. For this part of the lesson, I selected the direct method, which uses only the target language It teaches grammar. Grammar rules are not explicitly discussed, and this methodology pays special attention to good pronunciation. Now, next up, I will present a short essay that is relevant to the topic, and I will identify the thesis statement of the essay while also explaining what a main idea and what the thesis statement is. I already explained the viewer, but in this part of the lesson, I will explain to the students. So here we have the essays. Um, this is the essay. As you can see, it's quite short, and here we have the source. The next step requires students to engage in another essay, and now it is them who must identify the thesis statement. Is the other essay that I will present to the student. This part of the lessons requires the use of a task-based approach. I have not meticulously explained my methodology during the second bimester videos. That is because I already explained them during my first 10 videos, but as a refresher, task-based language learning is a methodology that focuses on teaching the target language through the completion of a task, which has to be interesting for the learners. Uh, I will finish this lesson by describing my own lifestyle. Um, this is in order to review the topics I touch upon during the lesson. For modeling, I introduce the proper structure of an essay through the lenses of health and the environment. During guided practice, I ask students to engage in discourse regarding healthy habits. What really makes a healthy habit? Organizing their thoughts during informal conversation will help them and to later organize their thoughts while they engage in writing. For independent practice, I ask students to write a thesis statement regarding the topics discussed during the lesson. Only the thesis statement. This is nothing too complicated. For assessment, I will ask students to orally describe their habits and how they affect their health and the environment around them, as well as explaining what is an idea and the thesis statement of an essay. Finally, for homework, the students must develop the body of the essay they started during the lesson. As you can see, I am taking my time while teaching this subject, and that is because writing, especially writing in a second language, can be quite challenging to students. I do not ask them to write a full essay from nowhere. Rather, I provide a few examples and ask the learners to write the essay step by step rather than the whole thing all at once. Writing essays, excuse me, writing essays can be quite abstract. The viewer might have noticed a lack of the colorful interactive materials I usually prefer to use during my lessons. And that is because I was attempting to provide examples of writing and essays for the students to base their writing on. That is all for today's lesson about writing essays. I will see you on video number 4. Uh, Thank you for watching.